Charlotte Flair is a multi-time WWE Women's Champion and has had some incredible matches with some great opponents along the way. In today's video, we are going to rank Charlotte Flair's greatest WWE matches of her career so far. In 10th place, we have ranked Charlotte Flair's battle with Trish Stratus at SummerSlam 2019. Believe it or not, this is the only pay-per-view match Charlotte has ever had when no one involved was holding a championship. Going into this match, Trish Stratus said this was her retirement match. The match itself saw Charlotte mostly dominate until we saw signs of the old Trish as she pulled off her signature moves and even came close to winning with Charlotte's figure 8 submission. The end saw Charlotte counter a Trish kick with a big boot followed by the figure 8 to secure Charlotte the win over one of the most decorated women's superstars in WWE history. In 9th place, we have ranked Charlotte's I Quit match with Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title at the 2022 Backlash pay-per-view. After defeating Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 38, Charlotte had a rematch with Ronda 1 month later in what we thought would end the feud. The match saw the two use several weapons, especially kendo sticks, as the two fought all over the arena. The match saw Ronda make Charlotte quit with the armbar. Charlotte then disappeared for 8 months after this match, only to return on the final SmackDown episode of 2022 to reclaim her title from Ronda Rousey. In 8th place, we have Charlotte Flair's TLC match for the SmackDown Women's title against Becky Lynch and Asuka at the 2018 TLC pay-per-view. This was another battle in the iconic Becky Lynch vs. Charlotte Flair rivalry. However, this match saw the introduction of tables, ladders, and chairs, and Asuka as well. The match saw some great spots with several tables getting broken, chairs being used, great ladder spots, and even some brutal hits with the kendo stick. The finish saw Ronda Rousey interfere by pushing Becky and Charlotte off the ladder to allow Asuka to win the SmackDown Women's title. In 7th place, we have Charlotte Flair's first ever match with Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series 2018. Charlotte Flair ended up being a last-minute replacement for Becky Lynch in this match, which ended up being the best possible scenario in the long run. In this match, Charlotte proved to be Ronda's most competitive challenger of 2018 as we saw the two execute their key submission holds while using great wrestling maneuvers. The match ended by disqualification after Charlotte started hitting Ronda Rousey with a kendo stick repeatedly and then assaulted her with a steel chair. The match likely would have ranked higher with a better ending. In 6th place, we have Charlotte Flair's trip inside Hell in a Cell as she challenged Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship at the 2016 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. The biggest match of arguably the greatest women's feud in WWE history saw women main event a WWE pay-per-view for the first time ever in this Hell in a Cell match. The match saw Charlotte attack and injure Sasha Banks early by powerbombing her through the announce table. After refusing to be stretchered out, Sasha continued the match as the two had a war. We saw the two have an excellent wrestling match while doing their key moves, but mixing the Hell in a Cell and weapons such as kendo sticks, chairs, and tables into the mix. After several close finishes and a great match, the most memorable spot and most talked about spot of the match was the Sasha Banks wedgie she received from Charlotte at the end, which saw Charlotte fail to throw her through a table twice before hitting natural selection to win the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match. We would quickly just like to take a few seconds to remind you to check out some of our recent videos showcasing the best WWE superstars, moments, and matches of 2022, and feel free to subscribe to our channel for more content. In 5th place, we have Charlotte Flair defending her Raw Women's title against Sasha Banks in a Falls Count Anywhere match on the November 28, 2016 episode of Raw. After their scheduled title match earlier in the night ended in double count out, a rematch was made for the main event. Charlotte and Sasha had a good wrestling match in the ring, outside the ring, and on the stage as they introduced weapons such as kendo sticks and using their submissions in unique areas. Which brings us to the ending as Sasha Banks made Charlotte tap out to the bank statement in the crowd railings to win the Raw Women's title. In 4th place, we have Charlotte Flair's WrestleMania 32 match against Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch for the newly introduced WWE Women's Championship. On this night, WWE transformed the Divas division into the Women's division after Lita introduced the new championship. After Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte Flair all got big entrances, the three went on to have one of the greatest women's matches in WrestleMania history. With a series of great wrestling spots, high spots, and dives, as all three had chances of winning with their submission holds. Eventually, Charlotte did win after making Becky Lynch tap out. Charlotte Flair became the new WWE Women's Champion on this night, which kick-started a new era for women in WWE. Before we reveal the top 3, we would like to show you 5 more great Charlotte Flair matches that just narrowly missed out on this list that you should check out. As seen, Charlotte has had a lot many more great matches than what we are able to discuss here today. If you feel we have left out any Charlotte Flair matches that you enjoyed, feel free to let us know in the comments below. In third place, we have Charlotte Flair battling Becky Lynch at the 2021 Survivor Series pay-per-view. This champion versus champion match had tension going into it due to speculated backstage problems between Becky and Charlotte. On the night, the two kept it professional and had an excellent match. We saw excellent wrestling and fantastic submission holds. After a back-and-forth match with both nearly securing the victory, the end of this match saw Becky roll up Charlotte to steal the win. This might potentially be the final match of this iconic rivalry in WWE. In second place, we have Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka at WrestleMania 34. Asuka won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble and chose to challenge Charlotte at WrestleMania 34. Charlotte entered to a spectacular entrance. The match itself was spectacular, as well as we saw the two have an excellent wrestling match with high spots and technical submission holds. Charlotte managed to submit Asuka to retain the SmackDown Women's title, which ended Asuka's WWE undefeated streak. This match is potentially the biggest win of Charlotte Flair's career. Feel free to debate that. In first place, we have Charlotte Flair challenging Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship at the 2018 Evolution pay-per-view in a last woman standing match. This match stole the show in the first ever all-female WWE pay-per-view and is the most iconic one-on-one match in the Becky Lynch vs. Charlotte Flair rivalry. Since this match was last woman standing, it meant the two were able to use weapons such as chairs, kendo sticks, and tables to have an excellent match. After a series of good wrestling while using these weapons, the story of the match became Becky Lynch desperately not being able to keep Charlotte Flair down for the 10 count. Even after putting her through the announce table and battling in the crowd. Eventually, Becky Lynch retained after powerbombing Charlotte through a table outside the ring. And that's our top 10 Charlotte Flair matches in WWE as of January 2023. She has had epic matches against great opponents and has helped build the women's division to what it is now. We have made similar greatest match videos for Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss. You can find the link to these videos plus more in the description or by visiting our channel. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, leave your opinion in the comments, subscribe to the channel for more content, and we thank you for watching.